If you pitch, they will come. That's a great one. All right. Good evening, y'all. This is the first evening of our tour with Laurel County. Do y'all know my favorite thing about being on tour is?
What?
When you're in different cities, you can go around different cities, and people go crazy when you say the city. Like, watch this. Hey, darling, what city are we in? Birmingham. Now watch this.
Yeah, this is going.
I know, that's not bad.
We're in Birmingham.
We're in Birmingham. All right, so watch this, watch this. Good evening, Tuscaloosa.
Roll Tide!
We'll have to watch how much more in Auburn, but now watch this. Good evening, Birmingham. Absolutely killer. Y'all are just knocking it out of the park. So, our shows consist of three things. If you're not familiar, if you kind of walked in, you didn't really know where you are, you got drunk, you've got some short-term amnesia. We are the Laurel Ramblers. We're a goth bluegrass band. We consist of fiddle tunes that are kind of goth. We consist of stories, old country stories, also kind of goth, and audience participation. So, circle up, get ready. And if you're like me and you grew up in a rural area, you probably grew up watching Hee Haw or the Grand Ole Opry. Yeah? Yeah. Alright, so there's this character, Minnie Pearl. And every time she'd start a new episode or whatever, she'd start with the howdy. So we're gonna do a little audio participation. I'm gonna say howdy, and I wanna hear y'all say howdy. So we're gonna try that. We're gonna do a little test run real quick, and then we're gonna go from there. We're gonna go howdy. Howdy. You know, I heard Birmingham was full of Yankees recently, and I'm a little bit worried that they might be right. So I'm gonna give y'all like one more try. I think y'all can do better, and I know y'all can do better, because I don't think y'all a bunch of Yankees. So, one more test, and then if we get it real good after that, we'll do one more test. We'll see. Howdy! I think y'all got one more in you, and I think when y'all start doing that, Jade over here is gonna start breaking into a little bit of a fiddle tune, if that's okay with y'all. All right. Howdy! I believe, great God, I'm coming down. Oh, me, oh, Lordy, my, believe, great God, I'm coming down.
broke his fucking neck. His poor body's never been found. They found his head in that driving wheel a mile and a half from town. Well, I'll take that razor blade, I'll lay poor Reuben in the shade. I'll start me a graveyard of my own. Oh, me, oh, Lordy, my, start me a graveyard of my own. Well, Reuben had that train, Lordy, running down the track. You know whistle blow 100 miles. It's all me, oh, Lordy, my. Yeah, whistle blow 100 miles.
As I said earlier, we've got stories to tell. I hope that's okay with everybody. It's kind of thing back home is you just talk a lot. And people think we're the Laurel Hills Ramblers because we move a lot, and it's because we never shut the fuck up. Anyway, so I think, this band has been a thing for about 1.5 years now, but if you believe it, it's been in the plans for about 60 years now. There's this mountain back home called Briar Mountain. It's a hill, it's a mountain, depends on your perception. It's a mountain. But there's this mountain called Briar Mountain, and every time we drive by it, my papa would go by it, and he goes, you know, you got family buried up there, and I'd be like, all right, Papa, that's cool, we got family buried up there. And every time he passed it, he goes, hey, your Uncle Huey's buried up there. And I was like, that's cool. I never met Huey. He died in the 80s. So we'd keep on going, and one day he goes, did I ever tell you how we got Huey up there? I said, what do you mean? He said, well, you know we were poor, right? And I was like, word. So my family were sharecroppers back then. And so when Uncle Huey died, he had 3 things to his name. Just the smallest plot of land to be buried on, a mule, and him. And when he died, there goes that. He had to be buried on the land. All he had left was that mule. And so when he had that mule left and he passed away, they could only afford one thing. They could afford the coffin, but they could not afford a hearse. And so what they did is they took that mule and they traded it for a tractor. and then in some type of cosmic alignment to make sure that one of their ancestors would play goth bluegrass, they hauled the coffin plumb upside the mountain with a tractor. And I bet you could hear this song play that day. So we recently released a different one. Not this one. Well, this one we're going to do, not the one that's written down here. Y'all can't read that stuff. Which is real different than the Can't Read Back Home. But, let's see. So, anyway, this one's called Breaking Up Christmas. It's a round peak tune from Western North Carolina. Oh, and that is out of tune.
Let's give it up for tuning. Real star of the show tonight. That bass has been in tune for the last 6 years.
There we go.
joke.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So what's the difference between a punk band and a bluegrass band?
Gee, I don't know.
One plays all day without tuning, and one tunes all day without playing.
Wait, sorry, that was a little too upbeat. Yeah, there we go.
Angela Baker.
Oh! Okay, I know that one.
Oh, thank God. That one's also out of tune.
Oh! I'm gonna steal your one.
Do it.
You want me to switch to Deirdre? Alright, let's switch to Deirdre.
Oh God, we're improvising.
We're improvising.
That's terrible.
You don't need it?
I dropped that right beside my dignity. It's all right. This is the part where I get to speak a little bit. So hello, my name's Jade. I play the fiddle. So unlike the rest of this fine band, I am from North Carolina, and they're from Virginia, and I'm from the foothills of North Carolina, and my family has a real sad history in that I think none of the men in my dad's family have lived past 60 in the last 8 generations. Because what they did was they sharecropped and then they died. It was like that for a very long time, and at first, you know, they sharecropped cotton, and then they worked in the cotton mills for about 4 generations, and then, well, here I am. I'm the first generation not to work in a cotton mill since the turn of the century, which is pretty cool. And shouts to my dad for that one. But for folks who are from like the Cotton Belt, and I'm pretty sure there's a statue of this little guy in Enterprise, Alabama. And it's the only statue that exists of a little bug called the boll weevil. Yeah! Woo! Let's give it up for the boll weevil. Now, oh yeah! My pronouns are she, but not her, because I will never be her. But if you know anything at all about cotton, there's one thing that's worse than any economic depression, any fire, any flood, anything to your crop. The worst possible thing that can happen is the boll weevil, because this little bug, they get on in there and they will eat your entire crop and leave you with nothing. And the reason Enterprise put up their little statues, because they were like, finally, we are free from cotton. We no longer have to deal with this shit. We can diversify our economy. We can, I don't know, make honey with bees or whatever it is. Peanuts, is that what Enterprise is doing these days? Sick. Just like Jimmy Carter. That's the only thing I know about peanuts.
It's a history lesson too.
Yeah. But this song is from my area of North Carolina, and it's kind of a mountain adaptation of a blues song from down south, down here, and it's called Boll Weevil.
Now Jay, what did we go over?
All right, yes, we talked about, yes, boss.
Thank you.
All right. There's one kind of cotton that the boll weevil won't eat, and that is our quality t-shirts, available after the show. I don't know if y'all know this, but a big old Ford van costs a lot to fill up, and if you buy some t-shirts or just, I don't know, give us your money, that would be great, so that we can get to Auburn tomorrow. That would be wonderful. Thank you. I also want to take this moment to just shout out everybody else playing tonight, and especially the person we're going on tour with right now, Bard. I love somebody who can make all the transsexuals in the audience cry with like 2 words. It's great. Anyway, here's Boll Weevil. Enough rambling. Told the farmer, well, you better treat me right. I'll eat up all your cotton, sleep in your grain bed tonight. Boll Weevil told the farmer, you don't need no Ford machine. I'll eat up all your cotton, you can't buy no gasoline. Well, I thought I saw that weevil running up and down my wall. He must have been going for my alcohol. That's all I got left. I don't see no water, but I fear I'm about to drown. I don't see no fire, but I'm burning down. And now back to our regularly scheduled programming.
This one's about liquor. We did it with Joshua Quimby. Oh, 1 second.
Oh,
I cannot keep this thing in tune tonight. I'm so sorry, y'all. I told you. Look, I got 2 banjo specific, so I didn't have to retune on top, and I'm still doing it.
That's a good opportunity to talk shit about metal. No, there ain't no more whiskey in this town. I eat more chicken than a pretty gal can fry. I'll tell you more than doggone lies. I'll tell you more than doggone lies. I'll drink it and lay right down the door. I'll drink it and lay right down the door. Leading grandma down them flowers all around my good side, they'll rise and bloom again. They'll rise and bloom again. They're all in Spencer if done gone dry. There ain't no liquor in this town. There ain't no liquor in this town.
Alright. Y'all ready to dance? So, anyone here know how to flat foot? Not a one? Y'all know what flat footing is up down here?
I've
Alright.
heard that's what cops do.
Okay. Well, let me tell you, it has nothing to do
I'm
with
kidding, it
cops.
has nothing to do with cops.
So, back home we dancing away up in the mountains where we take our feet and we hit them on the ground real hard to a rhythm. Please be careful with this mic. It is expensive. So, what you're gonna want to do, I'm gonna come down there because I don't want to fuck up this mic. So what you're gonna do is you're going to take the back part of your heels. Every time you're gonna dance. You're gonna dance. It's an old time show. You're gonna dance.
You guys are being held hostage. Nobody's leaving. We've locked the doors.
Back part of it, and you're gonna hit it down on the beat, the down beat. Can I get a down beat real quick? Andy, if you thank you.
All right, I got this.
We good?
I think we're good.
I don't think they're good.
You did tell them at the start that we're about 3 things, and one of those things is audience participation.
Participation.
Old time is a community music. It brings people together to dance and drink and fight, love.
That's what song's about. Drinking and dying. And love.
Hey, wait, this is where I get back in front of you. This is a song that's from kind of all of our regions. It's real common in the Blue Ridge Mountains. And it's called Sugar Hill. And it's called that because moonshine's made with sugar. That's the whole thing. They chase each other on the bird patch and now they're lost up there. Wanna get your eye knocked out, you wanna get your tail. Wanna get your head blown off, go down Sugar Hill. Raccoon up a cinnamon tree, possum on the ground. Tell them that you son of a bitch, you better knock them cinnamons down. Wanna get your eye knocked out, wanna get your tail. Wanna get your head knocked out, go down Sugar Hill. Hard and lonesome for my gal, need not drink right. If I go up Sugar Hill, I'll be too high. Get your eye knocked out, wanna get your tail. Wanna get your head knocked out, go down Sugar Hill. $0.10 in a pocketbook, $2 in a bill. If I had $10, boy, I'd go to Sugar Hill. Wanna get your eye knocked out, wanna get your tail. Wanna get your head knocked off, go down Sugar Hill. Wait, these people came to dance, Clover. Faster.
Faster.
More.
Faster. I need All right, what's next?
What does that say?
Hey, you tell another joke now.
I get to tell another joke.
Yeah.
Usually you'd be wearing the Jester hat.
Yeah, sorry
You
guys.
left it.
Alright, so what's the difference between a trampoline and a banjo?
What?
One, you take your shoes off to jump on.
It's the trampoline. You want to kill the banjo. Just destroy it. Break it into tiny little pieces. Yep.
All right, y'all. So this is a part of the show where maybe you cry. I don't know. I'm not you. I am me though. And so, growing up in Southwest Virginia, in a town that's actually possibly going to be renamed Trump Town. It's not a joke. I wish it was. There's a petition going on right now. I came out as trans in 2017, and did not get the best reception. Things have changed a lot, even in my own family. I'm gonna drink a little liquor before I do this, but I wrote this song about being trans in a rural area. And they just, sit down for this because they need a break, and, I feel like I should give it to them. And we just finished.
Generous manager, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Speaking of not so generous managers, there's a banjo brand that has recently come under fire. They're in Neckville. I own one, but they have been doing some union busting. So if you want to go help out the 6 luthiers up in somewhere in Minnesota, I can't remember all the city names. Thank you, Bloomington, Minnesota. They could really use your help, and they're just trying to keep their jobs. And what they've been doing for quite a while now. All right.
Oh, do you need me to give you your... I'll do it.
You gotta do like the Ralph Stanley thing where you just pluck the one chord.
That's
and
not
there's
gonna
like
do it.
I want to also ask for forgivenence because I don't sing, but y'all are gonna be subject to that.
You got this, Lover.
I guess so. Oh, tell me, brother, what have I done? I've gone and I've killed our daddy's first son. Oh, I thought we were gonna. Okay. I'm gonna keep going a cappella. I thought there was a guitar now. There's not. Many years ago, back in those hills, was born a prodigal son with work boots to fill. He learned not to fight. He took it on the chin. He was raised upright on old Baptist hymns. Oh, tell me, sister, what have I done? I've gone and I've killed our daddy's first son. He was out all alone, turning over stones, where I found that poor boy and I took him on home. He didn't put up a fight, he didn't beg for his life. He just sat there staring, his eye plunged in that knife. Oh, tell me, mama, what will they say? Do you think I've led this family astray? Will they see him a land, find blood on my hands? Will they value me less than they did that young man? Oh, tell me, Daddy, will you ever forgive the death of your son so your daughter could live? That's it. I appreciate that. We're going to bring the Ramblers back up. I'm also a Rambler, but I am a stationary Rambler. That's why I talk so much. But yeah. So I always like to follow that with a really funny story about my family because unlike what a lot of people think, the acceptance back home is different than, and I'm sure it's the same here. And I really love being in the South, and I love being here because the South and the mountains are so much in common, and you know, there's just a shared experience. And for anyone here who is queer and from the South or from the mountains, and like you probably don't know what I'm going to talk about, but it's like this acceptance of your family that doesn't fully understand it, but they still love you. And this is a really funny story about my grandfather, my papa. I've told a story about him earlier. I'll probably tell one later. Actually, I'm going to tell one right now. This is later. That's how time works. But anyway, Papa, you know, he's just this old regular Baptist man, or Southern Baptist. You know, he started out primitive and then went to regular and then Southern, and you know, he just went through all the Baptists. But he,
I ain't a Christian, I'm a Baptist.
he said that once. But he said he was, usually, sorry, I'm a little choked up over this song. I'm so sorry, y'all. But here, thank you. But he, usually I would go over there and I would be dressed, you know, very conservatively. He still calls me my dead name and he still calls me like he, but it's not in an offensive way. He's just 85 and from Southwest Virginia. He still loves me.
Best.
And, you know, as like a side thing, he even told me one time, you know, he was like, you know, yeah, I'll get to that later. We'll get to that later. But I was over this one time and I had to go to a show, but I was picking up a lighter. And for those of y'all here, I'm trying to say ladder, but I've had people be like, why do you need a lighter from your papa? But it's a ladder, and so, you know, it's confusing. But anyway, I was going over there to pick that up, and I had to be dressed up for a show or a date, or it doesn't really matter, I looked like a slut. And so, I walked in and he made a noise that I've only heard Appalachian and Southern Papaw say. And Jade, actually, can you? Phew. Shit. As any self-respecting person does when your papa sees you look like a slut. I'm gonna try to do his accent for you. I'm gonna do it the best as possible. It's very, like, I'm not trying to make fun of him.
That's just your accent, Plover.
You make points. I'm gonna make it a little more intentional. Hey guys, nah, dead name. Like as I said earlier, he says my dead name, but it's not as an offensive thing. He just doesn't get it. It's fine. He says, nah, dead name. Then he said, please. And that scared the shit out of me. I've never heard that man beg for nothing in his life. He said, nah, dead name, please. And he's got this affectation to his accent that is left over from the Scots-Irish that settled in southwest Virginia, West Virginia, all down the Blue Ridge Mountains and out west a little bit. And he says out and house and, all this shit. He has his elongated OU. And, he goes, nah, dead name. Please, in my house, I don't care if you dress like a girl. It's pretty good for Southwest Virginia Papa,
You're gonna call that a win.
Now, please, in my house, you can dress like a woman, but please, do not dress like a hussy. And that's the closest that man's ever said to I love you.
They all sound the same. Oh shit, I'm in cross tune.
See, they say shit about banjo all the time, and now look at it.
Will that do? Yeah! Yeah! Let's go!
Over yonder stands little Maggie with a drum glass in her old hand. She's a drinking down her troubles and a courting some other old man. Thank y'all. Deidre, would you like to sing us an original? Also, for everybody, this is Jade Louise on fiddle.
That's all I got. My one trick.
Killing it. This is Deirdre Price. I didn't know she could play guitar. And this is Sarah, and I just forgot Sarah's last name despite us knowing each other.
Ew.
I'm
How dare you?
awful. It definitely isn't a skit.
It's been 2 years.
Rose, all right.
Hey, you helped pick that.
I'm also a dog.
Yeah, we're switching. We rehearsed it that time. So we got one more for y'all. It's a dancing tune. So yeah, A minor, B minor, E minor, A minor, D minor. Yeah. Okay. So I just want to say thank y'all. Just want to say thank y'all. And this one kind of goes out to all the queer kids from rural areas who decided to move to cities, and then realized you still have to hide part of yourself when you're in the city, and you don't anymore. I think you should be really proud of where you're from, and this isn't about being proud of. This is about a creek. It's a fiddle tune. There's no
It's a
lyric.
creek where you're from.
It is a creek where I'm from. So that's what
It's
it is.
also like the most famous banjo song of all time, so that's.
listen to bluegrass.
I think you're stealing my bed.
I am stealing your bed. I just told you in your ear I'm stealing your bed.
Is it faster, Clover?
I think we need to go a little bit faster. Let's see.
Well, can you let me kick it off this time?
I'll let you kick it off this time.
Going up a creek, going on a run, take my razor and my Gatling gun. Wait, is it okay?
Yes.
I'll be honest, I was in the
If you haven't paid the door